Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to a Star Citizen video. Today we're going to be talking a bit about why I upgraded my 300i to a 315p and talk a little bit more about the ship, what variant it kind of is for and its primary role in my eyes. So, what difference does the 15p make to the 300i? Well, let's take a look. I mean, the first thing you'll notice on this ship is the Kraken Paint Job, if I don't say so myself, which, if you are interested, is called Obsidian. So when you customize the ship, select that option if you want this gorgeous black paint, which I know isn't probably to some people's tastes, but it does look amazing. But apart from the color aesthetic, which you can get on all the Origin ships, the 300 series, that is, the main difference you'll notice is that the front weapon has been removed for a tractor beam or a utility mount. Obviously, if you are going to be using your 300i for combat, one, you've probably got a 325 anyway, and two, to be honest, in a 300i you shouldn't be doing much combat anyway. So I personally didn't mind losing that front gun mount for a utility mount, because I'm praying and hoping that that utility mount is actually going to be quite useful in the future, especially when the tractor beams and that kind of mechanic works its way in. Hopefully that should actually be an extremely useful tool to have on your ship. But apart from losing your front weapon mount, what else is different? Well, the original paint scheme is different. It's like a yellow, it's got a grey and yellow sort of theme. But there is two other additional major differences, which I will show you now. Because apart from that, the ship is basically the same. It's a variant. It's not supposed to be drastically different. However, I think these two differences make a huge impact on whether you should buy this ship or not. And the first of them is actually underneath the ship. So you go under here, and on the 300i, you will have your standard cargo bay, like so, which I've currently filled with waste to showcase how much it can carry. As you can notice, it's 2x4, so it's 8 SCU of cargo. However, if you work your way around the back here, and let me find the button, you also have a secondary cargo lift, which can carry an additional 4 SCU for a total of 12. Now, that is a 50% increase in the amount of SCU you can carry over a 300i, and other similar ships like an Avenger Titan, which is an extremely popular ship. Now, I've done some digging around, and currently to date, there is not a ship of this kind of size that can carry this amount of cargo. I mean, also, you have to remember, it's internal cargo. You can't access it from the ship, but it is still internal to the ship, which I suppose it means it's going to be more difficult to scan in the future rather than exposed cargo, like something you might have on an Aurora or a Hull series of ships. But yeah, there is no ship of this size that carries 12 SCU of cargo. I mean, if you want to step up from this, you have to get something a lot bigger, like the Drake Cutlass, which carries 46 SCU. So right there, I would say that if you're interested in cargo hauling, but you don't want to fork out the money for a Cutlass, then to be honest, the 315p is probably your best option in terms of price, sizing, and it's going to be like a good starting point for you to get to practicing the mechanics of cargo running, learn your favorite routes, etc, etc. But apart from the cargo, there is also a third difference, which I think is extremely important. It's not a visible one though, but it is actually the quantum fuel tank of this ship. Now, the standard 300i comes with a 680 litre quantum fuel capacity, which with a light fire drive, which is the quantum drive that gives you the greatest range, you'll be reaching 139 million kilometers, which is more than enough for the Stanton system. It'll get you to microsecond back easily. However, this jumps from 680 in the 300i to 830 litres in the 315p. Now, again, with a light fire drive, which gives you the best possible range, you'll be getting 169 million kilometers. So that's actually 30 million kilometers more than the 300i. Now, that is, I suppose, a small difference on paper, but if you're doing repetitive cargo runs, taking into account, of course, that fuel is going to be a cost, and also time spent refueling is going to be an additional cost, you're going to want to refuel as little as possible. So having that extra quantum fuel range is going to be extremely important, especially if you are doing cargo running. I mean, I understand that this is an exploration ship, but honestly, so far this seems more like a cargo running ship, at least in my eyes, from the numbers. I mean, to have a sea of cargo, a absolutely brilliant quantum range. Now, of course, Stanton's system is the only system we have, so it's difficult for us to gauge currently how good or bad of a range that is in other systems, perhaps where jump points or planets or moons or wherever you're taking your cargo to are further away. We don't quite know that. I think the next system, the Pyro system, is going to be a lot like that. The distances are going to be a lot further, and therefore having a better range means you're going to have to stop less, spend less time refueling, and therefore cut down on your costs of transporting your cargo. So I think, to be honest, this is why I upgraded my 300i, because it makes sense in almost every scenario. Like I said, the only sacrifice you're really making is that front weapon mount, which, to be honest, if you're looking to use combat and you're wanting to have a 300 series ship, you're going to be using a 325. So, to be honest, unless you're planning on doing combat, you shouldn't mind using that front weapon mount, losing that front weapon mount to get a tractor beam, which, like I said, it's not in game yet, so we don't know how useful that is going to be, but I'm hoping that is going to be useful. And of course, the extra cargo capacity and the extra quantum fuel tank doesn't only mean that it's going to be good for exploration, it also means it's going to be absolutely great for cargo hauling with a smaller ship. And don't forget, with this black paint, no one is spotting you with the naked eye in space. Absolutely no one. You are going to be stealthy AF. I mean, this is a slick ship. I mean, don't forget the looks alone. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Origin brand in Star Citizen, and the design language. It is epic. So, yeah, that is basically why I upgraded my 300i to 315p. Because on paper it just seems to be a better ship. It carries more cargo, has a better quantum fuel range, and has a utility slot as well, which is currently being used for a tractor beam, which should be extremely useful in the future. And it still has the 300i look, which is, in my opinion, extremely good. But yeah, anyway, another short Star Citizen video. Do a bit of an update on what current ship I have, I suppose, and what I'm daily driving in Star Citizen. If you enjoyed the video and found it informative, and I hope you did, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. If you have any questions about why I switched, or if I would recommend this ship for another reason that I haven't mentioned, I'm always willing to listen and read comments and stuff. But other than that, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.